Everyone's doing it. I mean, everyone. They've been doing it a long time. Yep, even this drummer. Everyone's doing it. So why aren't you? Hey everyone, welcome back to another Jazz Drummer Q-Tip of the week. If you're new, my name is Quincy Davis. Thank you so much for stopping by. You're going to want to subscribe because I put out a lot of lessons that many drummers all over the world have found helpful, and I know you will too. In this Jazz Drummer Q-Tip of the Week lesson, I break down a magic drum sound that you're not using, and you're going to want to start using it because it's really hip. It's going to make you sound really good. There's so many different ways of applying it and using it. So watch the whole lesson because I go through all these different ways of using it, okay? And in the meantime, I want to make sure that you press that like button if you're enjoying the lesson. As always, I love hearing from you, so please leave comments. I try to respond to as many as possible, but I do read them all. All right, so I bet you're wondering, what the heck sound am I talking about? What magic drum sound are you not using that I'm saying you got to use? Well, that sound is the rim shot. The rim shot is a sound that you want to start incorporating yesterday because it's going to open up a whole nother kind of range of tone that you can get out of the drum that you're playing. You can do it on the snare drum, tom, floor tom, any of those drums you can use it on. So I'm just going to demonstrate just a standard regular rim shot, okay? So what I'm doing is if you notice, the tip of my stick is in the middle of the drum, right? And the neck or the shaft of the stick is catching both the middle of the drum and the rim at basically the same time. Okay, and I'll do it with the left hand. With traditional grip, it might be a little more challenging, but it's something that if you practice, you'll get better at. Right? Right? And you notice, like I said, the tip is in the middle. The tip is in the middle. If you're not careful, you might tend to play a rim shot because it's a little easier with the tip closer to the rim, right? And what happens is you start to get that ringing sound. Ding, ding. You start to hear too many overtones of the drum, right? Which is not a bad thing. That's just a different kind of rim shot. And it's kind of more of an older sounding, like if you listen to some of those the clips that I showed of Sid Catlett and Gene Krupa, they had more of that sound. That period, they used that kind of rim shot a lot. But then you hear kind of younger drummers or younger generations from the 50s and 60s, Roy Haynes, Jack DeJohnette, Tony Williams, even Philly Joe Jones. They started using, I guess you could say, a drier rim shot where the tip is closer to the center. It's not limited to the snare drum. It's not limited to the snare drum. It's not limited to the snare drum. right? You see? Of course, if you want more of a timbali kind of sound, right? I use that all the time. Move the tip closer to the edge of the drum, right? So I'm just going to demonstrate how I incorporated it. I want to see if you can pick up when I'm actually using that sound and when I'm just playing a regular stroke. Okay, so did I use it? No, but I will now. Aha, right? It adds a little pop. Okay, so okay, so to work on getting consistent at this, you kind of just have to do it. But technique-wise, if you notice, I'm not tight. My hand is not tight, and I'm not keeping the stick in the drum, right? I think some people think it's a rim shot, and you have to keep the stick right on the rim and on the drum in order for it to happen. But that's not true. You actually have to remain really loose and relaxed and allow the stick to come up. It's not coming all the way up because there's no rebound like this when you just hit the drum in the center. But if you notice, I'm hitting the drum and then the stick comes up a little bit, and it's allowing the natural kind of stroke. I'm using good technique, right? We don't want to suddenly tense up. When I tense up, then the stick stays there and I want to push, but it's not like a push. It's like a regular stroke. You just happen to catch the rim and the middle at the same time. You see how relaxed my hand is? And the stick has to be even with the drum, right? If you attack it like this, or if you come down like this, clearly you're not going to catch the rim. And if your stick is too angled or tilted, you'll only get the rim, right? So you got to find that balance. Okay, you know, you got to tilt it a little more, and then you find that balance. And I'm coming down, I'm trying to be as even with the plane of the head as possible. Same thing with my left hand. And you notice also if I want more of the rim sound, right? I want a lighter rim shot sound. Then I'm gonna tilt my stick a little more towards the rim, right? So it'll sound more like this. There you go. Because I'm angling my stick just a little bit more, tilting it more towards the rim. If I want more of a throaty bottom snare heavy fatback sound, then I'm going to tilt it more towards the middle of the drum, more towards the tip, right? So but you see how my stick comes up, right? It's still coming up. I'm not keeping it in there. And a really great way to work on it with your left hand, when you're playing a funk groove, if you listen to Steve Gadd, right? He gets such a great fatback sound in the left hand. I mean, not just Steve Gadd. Any of the great funk drummers, fusion drummers, that left hand, rock drummers, that left hand, they're really getting such a great rim shot sound every time, right? It's rare that when they're playing maximum volume, basically, right? So work on it when you're playing just a groove, right? I'm not pushing. I'm not pushing down. I'm still lifting, and I just come down at a very even angle every time. Right? When you're playing jazz, right? It works great when you couple it with the cymbal shoulder shank, right? This sound. I'm gonna do a video on the cymbal sounds, the magic cymbal sound as well. But when you couple the rim shot with the cymbal shank, it sounds kind of like this. Right? So yeah. See? Right? And it's a real, I say modern, but it's been around for so long. But I would say modern in the sense that the sound that a lot of drummers now, many of my colleagues and friends out there who are killing it, Jonathan Blake, Eric Harland, Dan Weiss, Rodney Green, Greg Hutchinson, so many of them, when they hit the snare drum, Jonathan Pinson, Damian Reed, it's kind of reminiscent, or it's similar sound as the backbeat sound. So it works really well when you're playing in a more modern style that has more crossover, I guess, more sounds that are closer, that involve different styles: rock, pop, funk, hip hop, jazz, Latin, Cuban. So many sounds or many styles use that sound that can really open up your playing, open up your sound, and not limit how you approach playing the snare drum to just, even though that's great and you have to work on that, but this is just another level of dynamics and timbre that you can add to spice up your playing. All right, so that is the lesson on the magic sound that you're not using, but you're going to start, because as you can see, it's such an amazing timbre that you can get from all the drums, right? And it will open up your sound a lot. It will add a lot more color, dynamic range, and excitement. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, practice hard, but practice smart. Take care. Bye-bye.